we need to observe on S&P 500. So this is one very important reason why I did not carry shorts, because I was expecting some pull territory to be entered. So that is one thing that you have to remember, how I think. But anyways, everything is doing fine. Chalo, wo theek hai. Coming back to the Indian markets now, keeping all these things in mind again. By the way, don't forget now, Friday last 1 hour, Monday first 1 hour. हमने बहुत discuss किया था in detail even yesterday. What you have to observe is tomorrow where you open. As everyone has said, if you open flat, it is a fool's game, in the sense that if you get any closing below this, that is where you go short. But remember, again I'm saying remember, if you go short on Monday, you have to exit it once at that level, 15,650. I hope you remember that. It's the same view that we will have. I know we have got an inside day, we can go more aggressive, but for once, we will, if we get a flat opening, only on flat opening we will short. If the market comes down for once around 15,660, 650, we will exit our shorts, because it is a major level. As everyone has pointed out, it's a major level and we have to, consider it. हर रोज हम लोग selling कर रहे हैं, we are earning good money. So I don't want one day short covering comes, we get terribly stuck. So if I will go short, but for 50-70 points only. So I will have that point in mind. Again, same analysis, if the market is opening gap up, right? One point is if the market opens this much gap up. If it is opening above this high, मतलब ये इस high के ऊपर भी हो जाएगा, then what will happen is the first candle will come down, but likely this point will become support and the market will consolidate, and this could be a very important base. समझो बात को. देखो, there is a very difference where the market opens. I'll explain again. If market is opening in this range, right? If it opens somewhere in the middle, like what happened today, what will everyone do? They will still do sell on rise. It will lead to another inside day. The reason for that is people who have missed this short, they will use Fibonacci's, they will try to plot their levels and they will again go short. Remember my rules, last 1 hour selling continues in the next day for 1 hour. So if you're opening gap up in the middle of this range, you will come down, but by 10:30 or so, it is very likely, like today, you will get some support and you might get a double bottom. So that is how I will play. Achha, voice is breaking again. I think it is clear now. So again, if it is opening gap up, I will again play sideways. मेरा वो view same रहेगा. But if it is opening very big gap up, please try to think about it. If it is opening very big gap up, what is the psychology over there? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? Psychology क्या होगा लोगों का, जो लोग short होंगे या जो लोग whatever? How do you think we will play that market? Suryaveer or Ronak, anyone? Sakshi?
अगर गैप अप खुल रहा है मार्केट, तो अगर गैप खुल रहा है तो सबसे पहले बात हमारी ये है कि मार्केट नीचे नहीं जाएगा, क्योंकि अगर नीचे जाना होता तो मार्केट गैप अप इतना बड़ा गैप नहीं देगा. आप वाली बात है कि 16,100 के आसपास मार्केट एक बार सपोर्ट लेगा, उसके बाद दोबारा या तो कंसोलिडेट करेगा या फिर ऊपर निकलेगा 16,200-250 तक. लेकिन मार्केट ब्रेक नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि अगर ब्रेक करना होता तो वो फ्लैट होता या फिर थोड़ा सा ऊपर.
So that is perfect. So I am happy that you are able to now come to these conclusions. So if the market is opening gap up above the last resistance, समझो बात को, हो क्या रहा है? What's happening is everyone who has gone short, they will panic for once. It's a huge gap up above the resistance. मतलब not only they have been trapped, but also these guys have been trapped who went short at that point of time. So yes, the first candle will look like a hammer. That is for sure. The first candle will always be a hammer like that, because everyone who has got overnight, they book profit. So that is why market first will come down. But then this area over here, it will likely become a strong support, and the market, it will be like market has made a base. And then in the future, from Tuesday onwards, we can start to look for some long exposure also. Remember that. Because if Monday market, let us say, opens gap up, does something like this, and then in that case, if on Tuesday market breaks this, then we can go long. Why not we can go long? We can go long. Because the market has given us higher low price action for a couple of days. So that is when I will go long. But I will not go long at the low right now. वो मेरा point नहीं है. I will not go long at the low. So I hope the view is clear. This is how I will be planning this market. Bank Nifty is a different story now, because Bank Nifty has broken the low. So for this same price action to happen on Bank Nifty, important है, this has to break. So right now 34,000 has been a level which has been tested multiple times. So in a way it has become weak. Whenever a level gets tested multiple times, it's got weak. But the thing is, still it is a cutoff level. When I say it is a cutoff level, if we are below this, for once we will not look for long opportunities, because that is where the bears are dominating. So if tomorrow market is opening gap up, does that same price action, and maybe in the future goes up, that is when I can go long. So above 34,000 only I am planning my longs, because above 34,000 then this gap filling will happen, and then we can look at that same trade we were planning to do earlier, जो हम कर रहे थे ना लॉन्ग अबव 34,800, तो वो हम तब कर सकते हैं, वो बहुत बढ़िया ट्रेड होगा. बट द पॉइंट इज, इफ द मार्केट इज इन दिस रेंज, वी विल नॉट बी लुकिंग एट एनी एग्रेसिव लॉन्ग्स, कभी भी नहीं करेंगे. 34,000 must be the cutoff. So if you're opening above 34,000, then this will be a very important support. So look for dips, try to buy over here, try to do some put selling over here, try to go into calls over here, but aggressive stance will only be made above this. One thing I hope this is clear. You can let me know in the chat. One thing I want to just explain, because it is quite possible that we might be near a bottom. I don't know. As I said, if the low breaks, 15,000 will come. That is where I will sincerely ask everyone, if 7th, 8th March low breaks and the market starts to head lower, do not start to buy for portfolio. Then the next level to buy will be between 15,000 to 15,200. But if this level is coming, please do some serious buying in portfolio. So I don't know when it will come. Maybe our class will be over by then, even if it comes or not. But agar ye level aayega, please do at least 10 to 20% of your buying of portfolio that needs to be done, because that would be a serious bottom. But assuming, then let us say this scenario does not happen, what we need to understand is we might be near a bottom. In a short term, I would say it might be a short term, a lower low. Ho sakta hai. So how do we know about that? I have taught you one thing, Himalaya taught you one thing, that market bottom pay, it makes a double bottom or it starts to consolidate. But I want to go a little bit deeper into that. In the bigger chart, it will become a double bottom. But what about the intraday sentiment? The intraday sentiment is like this. Whenever there is a trend, and for that trend to reverse, 3-4 things happen. Number one, trending market था, उसके बाद the market turns volatile. याद रखना है बात को. The market will first turn volatile. I'm talking about a potential reversal. What is a sign of potential reversal? Pehle market is down. So what is happening is the market is quite significantly going down. The pressure is too much. The speed of travel going down is too much. So we can never think about falling knife. Uske baad kya hota hai? The market starts to turn volatile. So when the market starts to turn volatile means going up, going down. मतलब broadening pattern हो रहा है. It's moving in a rectangle. That is basically showing you that the speed with which the short was happening is slowing down. So in a way that is a good thing. मतलब people are satisfied now. And this is also telling you some kind of accumulation is happening, or in other words, on a bigger chart, some kind of RSI positive divergence is happening. And when this consolidation volatility has happened, the breakout move is always preceded by some kind of volatility compression. इसको मैं बोलता हूँ consolidation in a very tight range, and then the market performs. Then the market breaks out. I will give you one example. In the very recent history, if you remember, very recently market was going down in a very sharp range, and after this market became volatile. उसके बाद market started contracting. यहाँ पे one thing which didn't happen was market didn't contract. Which अगर वो होता तो बहुत बढ़िया था. But one thing why we were becoming bullish on Bank Nifty for once was because market started becoming sideways. I want to show you one trade that we have taken on 20th December 2021. मैं दिखाना चाहूँगा that will really make things very clear, and this will clear your doubts. You all must be remembering before the 16,000 calls, we went long on 34,000 calls in Bank Nifty. So मैं आपको वह दिखाना चाहता हूँ. The 20th December. हाँ जी. You can see 1 hour पे, चलो शायद इतना क्लियर, हाँ जी दिख जाएगा आपको, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. अगर आप देखोगे the chart of Nifty, you can clearly see market गिर रहा है. On a 15-minute chart, this will become more clear. But मैं आपको for the sake of understanding showing on a 1-hour chart, you can see on a 1-hour chart first it was traveling so fast. उसके बाद market became volatile. उसके बाद market did a compression. Then the market broke out. So this is on a bigger chart, sir. On a bigger chart, it is a double bottom. If I go to the 20th December chart, you can see over here, ये देखो, on a bigger chart, अगर आप 4 hour देख लोगे, you will see a double bottom. I think इसमें आपको दिख नहीं रहा. I don't know. ये ऐसे दिख तो रहा है, वैसे इतना clear नहीं है. ऐसे ninth mark, sorry. Yeah, if you see on a bigger chart, it is a double bottom. If you see like that, it's a double bottom. But on a very small chart, you can see it turns volatile, it compresses, then it moves. I hope this is clear. This is very, very clear. So you have to remember this even now, whether it is a 15-minute chart. So what can be the possible scenarios? The scenarios are, let us take Nifty. The market has declined too much. Now, if you observe, the market is becoming volatile. And then, if in some scenario, market, let us say, opens gap up, if it starts to do some tight consolidation, tight volatility compression, then on that breakout, we can start looking for long opportunities and we can start to say some short-term bottom is being made. So if that is happening, please take that trade. Clear? Anyone has a doubt? Anyone? So Bank Nifty mein, there are two levels where this can happen. It can happen on 34,000 and it can happen even on 34,800. ये दो major levels है Bank Nifty में. So either it does something like, something like this, that is what you can trade, or if you want to go long, something like this, that is what you can trade. On Nifty, these two levels are 16,000, I will say probably 16,200, not really 100, but 16,200 ये आपका magnet भी है, so it's very important. This is one very important level for us, and 16,400 is very important for us. So अगर ये दो levels पे this formation is happening, then we will look for long exposure. Someone, Arjun is saying any length for consolidation, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But generally, it will be like 1 day of consolidation, maybe 1 day of tight compression, and then further. So it will take 2-3 days at least. ठीक है? Because spring has to bounce ना, तो spring को bounce करने के लिए आपको time देना पड़ता है. So these are my thoughts on the market going forward. Now let us. I hope it is clear. Can everyone say clear on the chat so I can start with my agenda for today? ठीक है.